St. Patrick Catholic Church is a relatively young community. We're just approaching our 30th anniversary.
It is a wonderful community of amazing families, old and young, who really come together to embrace each other and to build each other up and to celebrate faith.
We have always been attracted to just its enthusiasm, its vitality.
Since we got started, we've grown significantly bigger, and we have families of all shapes and sizes with tremendous energy.
It's a very welcoming place, a very giving place. It's just a wonderful place to celebrate Mass, to celebrate community, and to celebrate education.
St. Patrick Catholic Church impacts the local community in a lot of different ways. We do so just in the witness and the love and friendship of families with other families in our community.
What I love about St. Patrick's reaching out to the community, there's just so many different ways to get involved.
I think St. Patrick's does a wonderful job of reaching the people in the local community.
Right now we're limited on space, so sometimes that means closing the door on certain families that might want to be here.
We are busting at the seams right now. We don't have enough rooms for our classrooms. Our air conditioning needs some rejuvenating. Our preschool program is exploding.
We started with the school, then we added another classroom building, then we added our Celtic Center and our permanent worship space. And as hard as it is to believe, the first of those buildings is almost 25 years old. And just like your house, things start wearing out. And the good news is we wear this building out.
Our Beacon of Hope campaign is about really being that shining light of Christ in the world, and how our community is empowered to do so by the facilities that we have.
The Beacon of Hope campaign to me is really important. The community has now been in place for about 30 years, and we're looking to take that next step.
The Beacon of Hope campaign is first about taking care of our existing facilities so that they can function well into the future.
The Beacon of Hope campaign has a primary goal that's $4.5 million. That includes our heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems in all 3 buildings. We also look to create better and more meeting space for our groups, because we have so many Bible studies and other groups that compete right now for locations. That includes other smaller projects, but not less important projects, that are repaving the parking lot, building a new playground, being able to have a kitchen in Schindler Hall for our bereavement meals.
And if you think about a playground, it's a joyous place for families to come together, to see kids interact.
In terms of our worship space, we want to make it a more welcoming and, in some ways, fuller experience, so that they're drawn into that encounter with Christ in the midst of our worship.
The Capital Campaign for St. Patrick means so much. We're attempting to take the home that we have right now at St. Patrick and to make it better.
If we can reach the possibility goal, which is a stretch goal of $1.4 million beyond the primary goal, so it's a $5.9 million goal for our community. To reach that goal provides as well a large activity space that can be used for athletic events or other large parish gatherings.
One thing I know for sure, the facilities that we build will not sit idle. They will be full all the time.
With the Beacon of Hope campaign, my hope is that each person in our community will first pray, that they will encounter God in the midst of this process, that they will question, what is God asking me to do?
Well, before me and my husband as a family decide how we're going to give to the Beacon of Hope campaign, we're going to be doing a lot of prayer.
I really believe that everyone just needs to be prayerful and figure out where they fit into the Capital Campaign.
I think we have to make a generous contribution, in some ways to say thank you, but also to set the stage for the future.
If you give with your whole heart and you believe in what you're giving to, then giving can be very joyful.
I would say that kids are the lifeblood of our church. The energy that St. Patrick exhibits comes so much from the kids that are in our school.
We partner with our families to celebrate the sacraments at St. Patrick, so whether that's baptism or reconciliation, or of course confirmation. We are raising disciples of Christ.
It's so important for me to have kids that have a strong faith as well as a strong education.
It's a place where teachers love their students, they love to give of themselves, they love to share their faith and their educational knowledge with their students.
Children are the future. Without the children, we don't have very much.
The future at St. Patrick is very bright, and I am very happy to be a part of what's about to happen.
I think the Beacon of Hope campaign will continue to set that foundation to give us another prosperous 30 years and then some.
I love being pastor of St. Patrick's. It is a wonderful community to be a part of, and I get to see the goodness, the generosity, the sacrifice of so many members of our community that it makes me very proud of them.